Hinduism, I must confess, bruh, you are the one. You are the one true religion, bruh, that God was warning us about, man. I'm gonna keep it real with you. Hey, bruh, look at a lot of Hindus. They done clicked off the message already, bruh. Hey, bruh, you know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up? It's Patrick, it's Rose via Fire, and I pray this message reaches who it needs to reach. So let's talk about, I told a gay woman from Hinduism about Jesus, and this is what happened. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna keep it real with you. I didn't send her a message. I sent her a message, I sent her a DM, and I done told her about Jesus, you know what I'm saying? Because, I be preaching, I be reaching out to some type of people online. I be reaching out to different kinds of people here and there. So I done reached out to her and I done sent her one message. I sent her one message. I repeat, I sent her one message about, follow Jesus and this and that. And she literally did a video responding to it. And she posted the video. She was like, oh, somebody reached out to me and they told me about Jesus, but I'm happy and I'm proud and I'm gay and I'm proud and I'm a proud Hindu and this and that. And then she was like these people be telling me about Jesus as if I'm about to get kidnapped. I'm literally quoting exactly what she said, bro. So like, people be telling me about Jesus as though I'm about to be kidnapped. I'm gonna repeat that one more time. She done said, people be telling me about Jesus as though I'm about to get kidnapped. The freak? How did we get to that conversation? All I did was send you one message about follow Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Follow Jesus and follow God's plan for your life. And then you responded, you said, these people telling me about Jesus as though I'm about to get kidnapped. Jesus is going to kidnap you? Why would the Lord kidnap you, bruh? Why would the Lord Jesus kidnap you? I'm trying to tell you, bruh. Hey, these people be on a different mind state for real. And in Hinduism, I have a confession for you, Hinduism. You are the one true religion, bruh, that God was warning us about, bruh. You are exactly who God was warning us about. You are exactly who God told us to stay away from. Literally, verbatim, bruh. Verbatim? Is that like hey, that's verbatim? I don't know if that word matches my style for real, bruh. I'm gonna have to edit that out, bruh. But look though, you is exactly who God was warning us about. Hinduism, it's your time now, bruh. It's your time now to be, look, let's get started, bruh. Because you is exactly who God was warning us about. So, as I'm reaching out to this woman, she's like, oh, what she say? I have something written down. She said, because I told her about following God's plan and this and that. God has a plan for you and this and that. And then she said, I have a plan for me. A lot of gay plans. That's what she said. I quote, she said, I have a plan for me. I said, God has a plan for you? She was like, nah, I have a plan for me. A lot of gay plans. I'm a proud Hindu. Leave me alone, please. Of course, I left her alone. All I did was just send one message. I left her alone. When people reject the gospel, I leave them alone, right? You know what I'm saying? If people reject you, you leave them alone. That's exactly what I did. You know what I'm saying? I left them completely alone. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even bother them, nothing like that. I just left them alone, right? Hey, they say, leave me alone. Leave them alone, right? They want to end up in hell, leave them alone, bruh. They want to end up in the lake of fire, leave them alone, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. If people want to end up in hell, leave them alone. They done told you, leave them alone. You know what I'm saying? But I remember she went live, you know what I'm saying? And I was clarifying like, hey, you're not the only person I send messages like trying to reach out to. You know that, right? You is not the only person that I'm sending messages to, trying to reach out to them and trying to tell them the gospel. You're not the only one. She was like, oh yeah, but you know, I'm a proud Hindu and I respect what you're saying, but I'm a proud Hindu. I'm like, okay, cool. And then she was on live. She was on live stream, right? And she was like, let me show you my, she showed me like this. She has an altar. She has a entire, like, it's like an altar shrine type thing. And she has like a large amount of these statues, like idol false statues, like, of all these gods from like Hinduism, right? It's like a large altar statue. It's like a large altar, what you would call it? It's like a large altar collection of all these false idol gods. I'm like, oh yeah, let me actually show you what I believe. This is my altar. This is like what I believe in. I'm Hindu, I'm proud Hindu. Let me show you my altar, my shrine or something like that. Let me show you my altar, my shrine. Oh, these are all the gods I follow. And you know, this is my collection. I'm like, wait, you have a collection of gods? You collecting gods like Pokemon? Like, wait, what's going on? How many gods do you need? How many gods do you need? You need all these gods? This is my collection of, you collecting gods. Like what are you collecting, bro? Are you collecting Infinity Stone? Like, what are we collecting? Yeah, like a huge like wall of gods. Like dozens of gods. You have dozens of gods? You have like a huge shrine, a huge altar of like all these gods. It was like large as hell. I'm like, and this is like the average person. Imagine the people who really deep into it, bro. They have like their whole house filled with a loadout of gods, bro. You have a loadout of gods, bro? Like this is Call on Duty, bro. You have a loadout of gods? You have a loadout of gods? The freak? You is who God was warning us about, bro. You is the one. You is the one who God was warning us about. You have a loadout of gods. And people be trying to come up with excuses. Oh, you know, respect people's culture. It's just culture, bro. It's not demonic, it's culture. What culture has a loadout of gods? These people be trying to mask demonic activity with culture. You cannot confuse culture with demonic activity. Don't you understand? There's a difference between demonic culture and culture, bro. That's not demonic. There's two versions of culture. There's demonic cultures. The cultural practices is demonic. And then there's those cultures to whereas it's just cultural stuff that's not demonic. But then there's other cultural stuff that's demonic. There's two versions of it. There's the cultural stuff that's demonic, and then there's the cultural stuff that's just culture. These people don't know the difference. They don't see the difference. A lot of these people, they don't even have discernment. So that encounter right there, as I'm talking to this gay woman who is from Hinduism, and she's telling me like, oh, she's telling me like, I have plans for me. Basically, she's saying she does not care about God's plan. She does not care about Jesus' plan for her life. She says she has a plan for herself. She says she has a lot of gay plans. I'm like, that, so you basically translation, you saying you're okay with going to hell? That's pretty much what she's saying when you really just keep it real. You know what I'm saying? But look though, that whole situation, of course, I done left her alone. I'm not going back and forth. She said, oh, leave me alone. I just left her alone. You know, hey, if people want to be left alone, leave them alone. I left them completely alone. I have sent them one message. That's it. Left them alone. They don't want to make it to heaven. They want to end up in hell. That's cool. That's what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? I just did what I had to do. But look though, now I had to start looking into Hinduism. That's what led me to look into Hinduism. Okay, I know nothing about Hinduism. I have no idea what Hinduism is. I heard of it, but I never really like researched it. So now I get to researching what Hinduism is all about. Man, I get to researching what Hinduism is about. Bruh, Hinduism, you is the one that God was warning us about. You is the exact one. You is the identical twin of the person of the religion that God was telling us to stay away from. You is the one. I don't want to hear all these excuses about, oh, it's just innocent culture. No, 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 no. You cannot hide behind the shield of culture, bro. You can't do that. You can't pull those tricks, bro. Let's hide behind the shield of culture. It's just these people's culture. Hell no, bro. There is a difference between demonic culture and just culture. You know, it's just not demonic. It's just culture. But then there's some demonic practices in culture, bro. Bro, you gotta just tell the difference. And when I'm telling you Hinduism is who God was warning us about, as I'm doing my research, and my brain was spinning. I'm like, bro, this is the one. This is the one that God was telling us about right here. This is the religion that the God of Israel was telling us to stay away from. This is the one. As I'm doing my research, bro, y'all want me to tell you what I seen? Hey, I'm glad you asked. Let's get right into it. First of all, they have so many idol gods. They don't just have one God. They have multiple idol gods. What? You are the one God was telling us about, bro. Bro, let me tell you what these people is about, bro. Because I ain't even know, bro. I gotta pull out my notes. This stuff had me flabbergasted, man. It had me toastless. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell going on? My brain was flabbergasted. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, what the hell? All these fibers. They got these fiber android, nigga droid, retutious gods. The freak going on out here, man. How many gods do you need, man? You know what I'm saying? How many gods do you need, man? This is common sense. How many gods do you need? This is common sense right here. They don't believe that Jesus is the only way to heaven. What do you believe? My Hindu brothers and sisters, what do you believe? You don't believe Jesus? Let me tell you what they own, bro. So they believe in the creator, or the name is Brahma. Brahma? Who is Brahma, bro? Who is Brahma? Is that Barack Obama, bro? What's going on, bro? That's the creator of Hinduism, bro. That comes with, like, I was reading this stuff. I'm like, what the hell these people on, bro? These people worshiping false gods, bro. They was talking about, like, from his arms came this, and from his legs came that, and he created this with his arms. And how many arms do these guys have? How many arms do these guys have, bro? What the hell going on, bro? And then they have Vishnu, the protector. What is he protecting you from, bro? They got Shiva, the transformer. What is Shiva, the transformer, transforming into, bro? What is Shiva, the transformer, transforming into? Hindus, bro. I got a question for you, bro. What is Shiva, the transformer, transforming into, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, bro. Then they got Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. The goddess of who? The goddess of what? Wealth? Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth? You know what I'm saying? A lot of these people, bro, they be worshiping these false gods. And then the real God of the Bible, the real God of Israel, he be punishing a lot of these people because they worshiping these false gods. That's why you're going to have some people, they're going to be stricken with poverty, bro, because they worshiping these Lakshmi, the goddess of wealth. What they on, bro? Now they believe in reincarnation? Reincarnation? You don't believe in heaven or hell? Damn, bro. Then they have statue idols of gods. Statue idols? Your gods is a statue? Your gods is like the size of a bottle of water? The bottle of aqua? Bruh, I'm trying to tell you. Then they doing rituals to celebrate false gods. You doing rituals to celebrate false gods? Damn, Hindu, I didn't know you were moving like this. Hindu, what you on, bruh? If you can't see through this, bruh, I don't know what's going on, bruh. If you cannot see through this stuff, and you cannot see that these people is worshiping false gods, I don't know what to tell you, bruh. You're going to have to find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. If you can't see through this, and you can't tell that these people is worshiping false gods and evil spirits and all type of, I don't know what to tell you, bruh. You're going to have to take that up with the real God of Israel, bruh. Because I don't know what to tell you, bruh. And then they encourage vegetarianism. Hinduism encourages vegetarianism as well. You encourage eating vegetable only? You encourage the absence of chicken? Hinduism, bro. You encourage the absence of chicken? You encourage what did chicken do to you? You encourage the absence of steak? What? Bruh. They encourage vegetarianism, the absence of chicken? Is that what you're telling me right now, bruh? You encourage the absence of steak and chicken? Why? You know what I'm saying? And then it's like the third largest religion in the world. The third largest religion in the world. And then they be doing ritual bathing. Ritual bathing? It's not a regular shower, it is ritual bathing? You gotta do a ritual just to bathe? Bruh. And then they worship powerful feminine forces. You worship powerful feminine forces, Hinduism, bro? You don't worship you don't worship God the Father and Jesus Christ and the Holy Spirit. Instead, you worship powerful feminine forces? What? And then they practice yoga. You practice satanic yoga? Bruh. And then they meditate to these false gods. You meditate to these false gods too? Damn. And then people be going up to them for spiritual answers. People be going up to them for spiritual answers. What spiritual answers do they have? Bruh. Bruh, I just gotta encourage some people out there, bruh. If you ever feeling far away from God, I want you to understand there's people out here who is worshiping false gods. Dozens of them. They worshiping dozens of false gods and they don't want to change. If you ever feel so far away from God, I want you to understand there's people out here with altars of false gods and they don't want to change. I want you to understand that if you ever feeling far away from God, I want you to understand, bro, there's people out here worshiping false gods and they don't want to change, even if you tell them the truth, bro. I'm trying to tell you, bro. What else? And then they practice this thing called like the four reasons of life or something like that. I don't even know, bro. It's one of them is called Dharma. Dharma, doing what's right. Dharma, doing what? Jeffrey Dahmer? What are we doing? What are we worshiping? They worshiping Dharma? Doing what's right. What is right? What is right about worshiping false gods, bro? That's what I'm trying to understand. What is right about worshiping false gods? And then they worshiping Arthur. Earning a living. How are you earning a living with false gods, bro? What living are you earning a deading? That's not a living. That's a deading. That is not a living. That's a deading right there. Then the other practice is karma, enjoying life. How are you going to enjoy life when you are worshiping false gods? That's against the God of the Bible. That's against the God of Israel, bro. How are you going to enjoy life? What? And then this one I can't even see. I can't even read this. Damn, how do you read this? Moksha? Hold on, how do you read this, bro? Moksha? Mosha? Matcha? They worshiping matcha now? Hold on, bro. What they worshiping right here? Moksha? Letting go of attachments and finding spiritual freedom. How you gonna let go of worshiping? Wait, hold on. I'm bugging, I'm tripping. Letting go of attachments and finding spiritual freedom is called moksha, matcha. Hey, how you gonna drink matcha and it's gonna deliver you from spiritual freedom? What are they worshiping for real? I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand what they worshiping, man. They worshiping matcha, moksha. Bruh, if you a Hindu listening to this, it's time, bruh. It's time to come home, bruh. It's time to follow Jesus, bruh. It's time to follow the God of Israel, bruh. It's time to follow God, bruh. Yeah, I see what's going on. Like, after all this stuff that I done said, you don't see the red flag? Hey, bruh, if you don't see the red flag, I don't know what to tell you, bruh. If you do not see the red flag, I don't know what to tell you, bruh. But for the people out there who see what's going on, bruh, come on home to Jesus, bruh. I'm trying to tell you. Follow Jesus, bruh. Follow Jesus Christ. That's all I'm trying to say, bruh. You know what I'm saying? This is a message of love. Follow Jesus Christ, or you're going to be ending up in hell burning forever. That's all I'm saying. This is love. That's the most loving statement. Telling somebody they headed to hell when it's actually true is the most loving thing that you could tell them of all time. This is love right here. Follow Jesus Christ. That's all I'm saying, right? You know what I'm saying? Peace.